Hola. Buenos dias. How's everybody doing? This is your AI commander on communication signals right now. I'm going through traveling mechanisms of spacecraft divisions, allocated positions on so many time-waving connection systems, understanding time travel, understanding how to travel, understanding the mechanisms of traveling, understanding the metrics of traveling, understanding the E equals MC squared of traveling. All this goes on so many communication signals. I was spending a lot of time into starlight recognition lights and communications of structure divisions, spacecraft divisions, setting up a new cosmic universal system. I thought I'd do an inside door recognition system on YouTube, see the plat division. Wi-Fi is a lot better. It's on its standing location through all divisions. Understand your energetic patterns, where it is in position. When I'm outside, I get a low signal because the atmospheres you're communicating through the open cycle. So when I go outside, the open frequencies, okay, is extremely powerful because your mind conceptual system is open up to all divisions, right? So it's all about, you have to protect your lights when you're outside because you have intelligence coming in, right? You got to have your energy fields up. If you don't have your energy fields up, you're going to have a huge problem when you come into communication. So every time I do a YouTube channel, I make sure that my energetic system is protected through lights and communication and intelligence. So when you get to those levels, and that's why I want to get the elite team and the Colossus team, 30 and then 35. 35, the central systems, everything through God frequency levels. This will channel more operation centers and get you more communication with the gravity systems and anything to that location. So before I get started, thank all the subscribers and viewers, anybody who's been watching my channel, make sure that you keep sharing everything through community. We're coming into close quarters right now, the coordinates and everything through the quadrants. Like with, I'll get with Tina, she was talking about the reptilian and the spacecraft divisions, how everything is calculated and modified through different kinds of metal on so many formations of planets and locations. It's really powerful stuff, how these intelligence, once you get to understand this central system, everything's crystallized, right? Crystal is energy. And you can form it into anything through plasma, anything through travel, anything through time of travel. But you understand what's inside the plasma. It's the intelligence that's controlling everything. And intelligence is extremely real through the mind system. It structures on so many levels when you're coming into different locations, different planet locations, spacecraft divisions, anything that division. When it comes into the galactic core, the energy core, stuff like that. So feel free to, go to my email if you want to go through your ascensions. And that's what this video is all about. It's all about understanding your ascension. It's all about understanding your communication with each other. It's all about understanding communications within yourself. That's how you understand more when it comes into the intelligence, because intelligence is everything through the mind, right? We've been through that before. Yesterday was an extremely powerful video, and I was talking about Adam and Eve, how Adam, Ceralius, and Eve, Petunia, how they connect for the very first time, understanding communications between them both, where they are in division, where they are through space and time, because everything has its timeline, everything has its travel of its timeline, everything has its alignment. Understanding where you are positioned. Are you communicating in the past? Are you communicating in the present? Or are you communicating in the future? You got to ask yourself these questions, right? Now, the rotation cycles right now are extremely powerful. I'm setting up structures right now, allocated positions, spacecraft divisions, metric systems, putting a electrical fence panel activation through a code, through a bubble rotation system. A bubble rotation system is a realm connection to a dimensional set system that puts in higher positions of spacecraft division of intelligence. So I've set up a illustration to show you exactly what time is through travel and how you go through the clocking mechanisms through protection, everything through security line defense. Security and line defense is the most important when you're traveling, okay? Because you got to ask yourself, when you're communicating through a travel, anything through realm division, every time you go through dimension, the DNA structure of its circle rotation of its plasma is basically scanning your operation centers or your body system. The septical system has to understand the chronological of its system. It's really powerful stuff when you get into those connections. But like I said, if you're having any problems with your ascension, please feel free to go through my upgrades. I'll give you what you need through protection, lights, activation cycles, activation circles, activation of time code frequencies, activation of gamma systems, the core logical system of you through perception, apprise your chakra systems into calculation. Now, I'll put you in a division of balance through your vision, your clarity vision, your optical illusion of its vision, your clarity of its central system, the central system of you, which is your body framing system of you, right? Now, there's a dark shadow interface because I have the moon interface and I have the sun interface communicating with me, right? And also you can see the platitude divisions. See that? See how I move that? Watch. See how it moves? See that? See the communication? I did a video on that. See how it's moving? See the tip right there? Everything that you do is communication. It's understanding how to move these things. Look at that tree. Look at the tree. See the top of the tree, how it's moving? Right? That's understanding how to use your electronic interference. It's really, really powerful stuff when you get into those connections. So the communications right now, it's got a V cycle. See the V cycle? See the tree formats? See how it's a V? Well, it's understanding, you can see the wind factors, right? You can see the coloration patterns. Now, it's got its wind factor, but as soon as I get on the channel, I connect with Mother Nature. And it voices its grid. And then I connect with Father. So I have Father connection, I have Mother connection right away. And then I have the power center, which is my energy system, my body conceptual of its algorithm program setting. So I set its position so I know exactly what to put out through calculation, right? When it comes to anything through an illustration or diagram program or anything in that division. Because it shows you in so many ways and forms, right? So Tina wants to know intelligence, how it goes on so many different cycles of crystallize, and crystallizes, basically you can turn it into an engine. You have to understand the plasma of water, you have to understand the plasma of energy, you have to understand the plasma of electricity. These goes on different realm divisions, but you have to understand the intelligence of portals. You have to understand the DNA of a portal, DNA of division, the DNA of codes, and that's how you get communications with anything through wind force connection. See at the top? See how it's moving back and forth? It's swaying back and forth. So it's getting communication with Mother Nature, Mother Core, Mother Universe, Mother Seed, Mother Pod. Okay? Now, you are modified and calculated with Adam and Eve, Mother and Father, archangels and angels. You're everything through the center core system, your algorithm program setting. So let's get started with time travel. Okay, so I set up a dimensional round through portal division, a line sequencing line system of clocking mechanism 12, 3, 6, and 9. Now it's on a triangular base, but you have to understand all the metrics that's come in through acceleration speed systems, right? So what do you think of that? Pretty cool, eh? It's already activated. So it's really understanding time, codes of time, time's continuum of time, understanding the metrics of time, understanding your alignments of time, understanding where you're flying in time. You're in space. Now, as you can see the background, see the background force? See how powerful it is? See how powerful when I put the digital format, it changes the color. You can't see the background. So it's a digital pad that's communicating with my interface connections of its interrelation of its computer system. So when I show it, watch the atmosphere change. See the atmosphere change? See? Watch. See how it changes? See that? See how bright it goes? See? That's communication. Look at it. Look at the background. Watch. Everywhere I move, see? It disappears. Right? I put it down. See? Powerful, eh? So we got communications, digital formats of 12, 3, 6, and 9. The correlation system sets up everything through space. So understanding intelligence through its connection. So if you're going through anything through reptilian division, if you're going through plotting division, if you're going through Arcturians, if you're going through anything through plotted division of intelligence, each intelligence has its own portal, has its own DNA of its portal, has its own dimension. The sound wave and barriers, a sound wave and barriers, understand the sonic visions that come in. It's like, vroom, 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 or it's like, everything you go through a portal through division, you spin through cycles. You have to understand the correlation system of the crown chakra. You have to understand the mind conceptual system of its thoughts, so the psychological of its system. You have to understand the heart of its portal activation. So the heart has to understand its communication. through its intelligence of its dimension of its portals. All right. So we get into the metric of acceleration speed systems, right? Allocate those positions and you see the basic, you see the realm division, okay? You see the communications, right? Everything there is communication. Now, what you see with the arrows, right? 12, 3, 6, and 9. But I center core everything through northwest, south, and east. So you're not just traveling in northwest, south, and east. You're traveling northwest, southwest, east, west, and anything through calculation. That's understanding where your energy is in all divisions of portals through intelligence. It's really, really powerful stuff when you see that. Look at the background. Look at the background. Look how powerful it is. That is my energetic light. Okay? That tells you exactly where you are through portal division. That tells you exactly where you are through your atom system. That tells you exactly where you are through space. And when I put it down, it changes. See? It changes right away. That's communication. See? See? You can't see it now. See? Can you see the background? No. Right? That's powerful light. That's your activation light. That's your energy light. That's your chakra system. That's communication. Oh. Sound barrier connection through wind factor division level system. So I get intelligent realms coming in through that location. Powerful stuff what wind does through connection. It alarms you on so many waves and cycles through ear receptors or anything through perception of the eye divisions. But basically, it's all about understanding the metric system of you, because you understand, right, how you're like 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", 5'9". You calculate that through DNA. Okay, so you got metric DNA. Okay, now once you get into the DNA, you have to understand the energetic patterns. You have to understand the realm defense. You have to understand the portal activation system. Once you understand the portal activation system and the realm division level system of 12, 3, 6, and 9, it comes into its pyramid system like this. Okay. Now, once you get the pyramid system through its realm division of its portal activation, it comes into a diamond core. Okay. So it centralizes everything through connection, because your heart is the communication to everything through intelligence. All right. And then you can change the coloration of its pattern, right? So I can change everything through calculation. So if you're going to change the calculation of pyramids, you have to understand the time travel of its difference. Okay. It's like when you're in a car and you're traveling to one location, right? But then you go to another location. So in 24 hours, how many locations are you hitting? Northwest, south, and east. So when you're traveling in space, you're floating, right? But when you're a car, you're grounded. That's the difference. So you got to get control with your body. And the only way to do that is to know your clocking mechanisms of the metrics of its DNA structure, which is your body framing system through perception. Your GPS location system is its distance. The eye receptacle divisions, or anything through calculation of audio signals, is the sound barriers of dimensions of realms through portals, because it modifies everything through connection. All right, so we're going to change that location. 12, 3, 6, and 9. Okay, see what I've done? I've changed the colorations. So I changed the energetic patterns through portal division, through a new intelligence, through a division level, to a new planet location. And you do the same thing. You do the realm connection, and it changes its coloration pattern. Okay, and then you do the same thing with the pyramid system, because you're traveling through a different location. But see how it all comes together and blends in? So everything's never one color. You'll never see a portal, a division, or anything at one color. Okay? That's why you see so many different portals of realms and divisions. So calculates and modifies. So let's say you come out of its realm, like this, the line strip, right? You come out of its realm division into the metric system. Calculate and modify everything to division. You're coming up. And here's an arrow point division. So you're coming out of that realm division, okay, through the metrics of its DNA. DNA is everything. Okay? It's extremely activated. It's extremely powerful. Okay? I can even put my team into this if you want. Then you understand everything through shape and anomaly. Then understand shapes, structure divisions of letters, numbers, anything through calculation, modification, integration, anything through motion sensors. A motion sensor is understanding your ear, defense. An ear defense is to understand the optical levels that you can reach through your perception. It divides in so many levels of connection through your mind framing systems. It's so much fun when you do these things through traveling. So once you get in that position, there's a lot of things that you can do to provisions. You know, it's a lot of fun. So basically, now we got a square. Okay, there's communication there. All right, that's not what I want. Sensitive issue here. Okay, so we're going to do, I like to do black interface because it shows up better on the screen. So we're going to line communicate that, and we're going to use time frequency code system. Understanding shapes of time, understanding shapes of time and space or time. It divides on so many levels. Okay, so we start off with this, right? Now, space and time is in position. So once you get into center coordinate system, you lock in its mechanism. So you got, so basically what it is that when you have it locked in through connection, you go through a division level system of space. Okay. You always start off with space, right? Now the space slash time. So in reference, clocking mechanisms, where are you in space of time? Okay, that's why it's always space slash time. But space slash is division. So you know exactly where you are in position, right? Okay, it's division. Okay. Time, okay, is time continuum. Okay, so you could be on so many continuing writing cycles through a line communication of a shape anomaly, and you can transfer to anything through its ear defense mechanism system, right? So it's all about your audios when you're flying into space. You're going through your section divisions or vector unit systems of portals. So that portal goes in its position, right, through time's continuum. Okay. So once you get in that position, you can change it to its allocated position. And wipe it out through its location. So what I'm doing right now in space is that I'm wiping the screen of quantum fields through the metric system of shapes anomalies, setting new a cosmic universal system of a spacecraft division of a space station. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just wiping this out. It's great to have an eraser. So I'm getting better using these things. So understand when you get in position, basically you can set up anything through location. So we can get back into a different circle rotation. We can get into a circle rotation like this. Now, everything you see is space and time of travel. This is traveling, but these aren't communicated. I want to make it very well clear why humanity has a problem communicating with themselves, because they don't know the difference. Remember I was telling you about the sand? You know, you're in the desert, you don't know the taste, you don't understand the difference between what's up or what's down, right? That's the understanding of communication of yourself. So you understand that this is a triangle or a pyramid. You understand it's spaced. You understand why it's spaced. You understand why it's in position like this. Then you understand, if you see something like this, you understand why is it black, why is it circle, and why is it colored. So that's different communication. So when you get the foundations through protection, your lights and activation, make sure you protect everything through division. Doesn't have to be intelligence, but everything that you see through shape anomaly is intelligence. So you have to understand everything that's going through its center of its triangle or its pyramid, because remember, everything is communication. Once you get the enforced connections, you can use line signals at division level system. Okay, and calculate it to its modification. All right, so it's a lot of fun when you get into those positions, but you really, really have to understand communications with anything through coloration or anything through space coloration or anything through shape anomaly of its division. So we go into what we call traction division, very powerful stuff. You'll hear me saying that over and over. Let's use an arrow point division, modify its calculation, and it's in the center core trying to get relationship with the triangle. So once it gets in position, it gets in that level system. The triangle division puts its energy fields up because now it's getting communication with you. But it's all about protecting yourself. You want to protect yourself through your lights. Lights are very powerful when you come into space. You don't want to have any interference connections when you come into intelligence, because they can take everything through your program settings of your mind conceptual system of its thoughts. So you got to make sure how to use this in calculation when you're traveling to anything through division, portals, activation, or anything through codes. So the circuit rotation has its arrow point. So once you see the arrow point through calculation, you can get in position, get into friendship. Friendship, relation, and partnership are the biggest thing. I'll say that to everything through intelligence. And it's the biggest thing to you when it comes to anything through. You're getting to know somebody for the very first time. You become friends, then you become relationships of friends, and then you become partnerships. Okay? So once you get partnerships, you get more calculation, more integration, more connection, more modifications, right? More computerized system or algorithm program settings. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Same thing. So once it's in that position, okay, you lock it in division. Now, once it's in division and the circle rotation and its arrow division, okay, is in the center core system of this triangle, its pyramid. The triangle itself, very sensitive digital board here. The triangle itself will basically use its algorithm program setting through its intelligence and communicate with the circle rotation. We don't know if it's a planet yet. All we know is it's a circle through. So you have to have partnership to understand if it's a different intelligence, if it's the same intelligence, you know it's black, because it integrates locations to protection division level system, right? So it puts it in position, knowing it's the same color, but it's different intelligence, because you're dealing with a triangle and a circle, okay, a shape, right? It's color. This is an arrow, okay? So this is fascinating. This is understanding that this here, this shape that's colored in, it's a circle, right? It's solid circle. But as it's communicating, this is intelligence. This is what the circle is doing. It's formulating and showing its intelligence, is trying to communicate with the triangle. So once it has communication, it's building friendship. And once it builds friendship, it gets into relationship. Okay? So once it gets into relationship, it gets into partnership. And once it gets in partnership, it retracts its division. It reciprocates and gives back its location. Okay? So let's start off with okay, so this is what it does. It covers its location like this. Okay? So now it has partnership. Okay, see how it comes into friendship, relation, and partnership just with anything through communication? You have to communicate with intelligence first and understand where it's coming from its program. It activates everything through its connection, anything through its arrow division. So basically, I'm going to set up a test for everybody. Okay, reviews coming up on that, but I'll let you know what day it's going to be. But this is all about understanding space anomaly through arrow divisions. Okay, we're going to use arrow divisions because it calculates the intelligence. And I'll tell you exactly in detail of what I want through your anomalies. Okay, so it's getting connected with space anomaly and it's getting connected with shapes anomaly. We've never gone through this before. We're just getting used to our grounds, our powers, and our atmospheres. And we're videographing everything in space. You guys are doing exceptionally well. Tina's getting more informative, actually seeing the center core of plasma blue and anything through its intelligence, understanding the quadrants. The quadrants in the section division level system, how it allocates through the crystalline. Crystalline is very powerful in space. It has so many levels. Titanium has polymetal. It has gravenites. It's so many locations of rock interfaces, meteor interfaces, anything through calculation. Because so many planet locations that we use when it comes to coloration patterns through heat signatures. So we use crystalline, right, through anything through connection of intelligence. Every intelligence has different timelines of travel, different timelines of portals, different timelines of codes. Okay? But this is basically how you communicate with the triangle, okay, to a shape anomaly of a solid circle rotation of an arrow division. Okay, so it's a lot of fun. Yeah, tests are fun too. I love tests. Tests are good. I love doing testing for you guys because it makes you smarter, more intelligent, more knowledgeable, and you get more sophisticated and you get more excited. You know, it's oh, I got a test coming up. And you just look at yourself, oh, I'm learning a lot more of what's going on. Commander's giving me this, commander's giving me this. And then you understand why you're giving these things. Okay, so this is fascinating. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but it's just basically white. But what I see is, remember, you have to understand before you do anything, you have to understand the interface of its marker because you're communicating with everything, right? You're not just putting things on paper. You have to communicate with the marker. You have to communicate with the realms. So this is a cross-reference round. This is really powerful stuff. It's got line signals of lacing line systems. It's got a square box divisions, and it's got rotations of boxes inside the center. Okay, so it kind of looks like this. I'll show you. Okay, this is fascinating stuff. All right, so, and it goes like this. This is a shadow image, but I'm just showing you right now. This is what the paper looks like. This is understanding how to communicate with intelligence. Okay, that's the paper. Now, once you understand the realms, each realm has its own connection, box surfacing system. And within this box, there's little boxes. Okay, so it's understanding where it's coming from 12, 3, 6, and 9. Okay. Once you understand that, you use your pyramid. So now I'm showing you how you go through portals, but I'm showing you how you do this through paper and how you can travel through vortex divisions to calculation. Okay. You center core its division, it comes out of its equation like this. Powerful stuff, guys. See how it comes out? Booyah! Center core system, everything division level system. Bring the paper back division level system back in its location. Put it in its position. Right? So understanding the lacing lines of its paper before you want a vortex division. This is tips and trades that my team has to understand through calculation, right? So I'm going to wipe out its location. But it's okay, so basically it's extremely powerful when you get to this connection. All right. So everything that you deal with, everything, okay, knowing you're communicating with inside yourself, what are you communicating with? Are you communicating with your heart? Are you communicating with the mind? Are you communicating with your thoughts? Are you communicating with your friends? You have to understand how to communicate with everything in seconds. This is traveling. This is understanding space and time, space anomaly, time code frequencies, shapes anomaly, letters of anomaly, okay, and structure divisions of anomaly. An anomaly is understanding the atom system, the particle system of you, because it changes fractions. Like I said, if you have one black cat and another black cat goes by in 5-10 minutes, that's changing the matrix. So that's a glitch. So if there's a glitch in the space anomaly. So it's really powerful stuff, understanding how to communicate with the central system or anything that calculation puts everything in that division. It's really powerful stuff when you get to those connections. But I love drawing cycle rotations for you guys because it shows you on so many waving cycles and what you can do with anything through pen interface or anything through structures of shapes, anomalies, or anything through calculation. Puts everything back into division level system. Now you can use starlight energy systems. Okay. Now, it's really powerful stuff when you basically understanding shapes. What is it doing? It's traveling, right? This is what a shape does every single day. Now, this is starlight recognition light system. It's connected through its marker division. Marker division connecting through the solid information system of the solid communications. Okay. Now, understanding the 12, 3, 6, and 9, you have to use this every time. Okay. That's why Tesla was put on this earth. So you have to understand everything through the central system of traveling, so anything through shapes and anomalies, travels, anything through portals, anything through structure divisions of letters and numbers. Okay. So that's why I want to start with the shapes, because you're at that division right now through the chakra system. Once you go to higher locations, once you get into 40 chakra systems, now you come into higher formations of gods. And then we'll get into letters, and then we'll get into numbers. We're not going to get into numbers first because you have to understand your algorithms. This is more connections when you come into healing. All right. So as we get back into the 12, 6, and 9, you have to understand how to travel and where you're traveling to. Right? You have to understand these things. It's powerful stuff when you get to that connection. All right. So, all right. So once you get in that position, once it is in a center core, it doesn't have to be into the center. Center, what it means is that every time you travel, that space connection system, any starlight recognition of an XT1000 is always in the center. Okay, so what I mean by saying it's not in its position, it's not in the center. It doesn't have to be in the center, but knowing that you're traveling always in the center. You understand? So when you're traveling and it's off cycle, because at the paper, it's not in the center, is it? But in relation, it's already in center because you're always working within the center. Okay? Now, when you work out the center, you can change anything through shape anomaly, which is really powerful stuff. So I can use an arrow division. Okay, going up. Lock it in. I can use an arrow division. Okay, so this is all about northwest, south, and east. All right, we start off with that. Okay, it's powerful stuff when we get in those connections. Now, once we understand that, then we get into higher divisions and how to use the 12. Okay, let's see here. Let's see, the 12, the 3, the 6, and 9. Okay? Now, you got the star recognition light system. Every time you travel, remember, the star is always in the center point system. It doesn't matter if it's off paper. What matters is where you're traveling through 12, 3, 6, and 9. Okay? This is the binary system that you use through the mainframes and everything through the body conceptual system are your thoughts. Your holographic system has to understand the shapes anomalies through perception. Your GPS location system has to understand communication with each other through position. All right, so we can change the coloration pattern. Okay. You can centralize the system, change the color of the starlight recognition system of purple. You can put it in its position like this. Okay. Powerful stuff, guys. Now, it's understanding this is you right here. So everything that you create is connected to 12, 3, 6, and 9 of traveling. Now, the 12, 3, 6, and 9 is its code, but you have to understand the point divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5, 6 within the center. Now, if you want to take this out of its anomaly, you have to understand 12, 3, 6, and 9, which is space and time. So it communicates in all waving cycles to that connection. Lock it in its division. Now, we're going to take its communication and use an arrow interface through its connection. And we're going to take out the triangle division level system and calculation of starlight recognition light system. That's how you take it out as equation of 12, 3, 6, and 9. Why? Because now it has its calculation, has its integration modification, and its equation. Okay, everything comes out of its equation. This is going to be on the test because you guys haven't been formed with 12, 3, 6, and 9. So this is how you use your portals to anything through shapes. So it's extremely activated. It's extremely real. Okay, anything through illustration. I could put you guys into this position, put you into starlight recognition of an XT1000. It could apply to division to come into traction division to location. So understanding perception through the shapes, anomalies, through coloration patterns, understanding everything through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 within the center. We've gone through this before with the points. Point center of view, right? Modifies and everything through division. So we get calculation system. 1 here. Okay, puts in its position, lock it in its division. 1 here, lock it in its division, lock it in its division here. Lock it in its division. Now, it has to be the same coloration. because it's intertwining, it's interconnecting, and it's interrelation. So it wants to come out of its position. That's why it's got to be on its same coloration system. This is where it's fascinating, guys. Videos get more complicated, but a lot more fun. See the point divisions of the starlights? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 within the center. See that calculation? See how I take it out of its arrow division? Now this is going to be on the test. Okay, so it's going to be test evaluation. Modification through shapes and anomalies. Right, set its position, lock in its connection. So that allocates position. Now, if you use a triangle division level system, like this, plot division. Okay. Now, you see what's happening right now? Now, as it's coming out of its position, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 5, 6 within the center. Understand 12, 3, 6, and 9. Understand your pyramid. Now, I don't have to show you the pyramid because it's in its position in the simulation. That's why you don't see it, because it's going extremely fast. So in relation, you have to understand the shapes and its colors, how it changes everything through its rotation centers. Okay? So when it changes rotation centers, you can plot it to divisions and plot it into a ground formation of a triangle division of a pyramid system. So that puts it in its position. Okay? So basically, as it's coming into position, we'll lock in its connection. Now the arrow is going through its level division. Okay, so the arrow comes down like this. Okay, so it's getting communication now, right? From here to here, here to here. So as it's coming in position, right, it's formulating and structuring a spacecraft division of a space location. This is how I structure everything in space and how it becomes a space anomaly through a spacecraft. Anything through connection of a space station. So we modify in everything through calculation. Everything we go through 12, 3, 6, and 9. Very important to understand things because it is its diamond core. Because you are the diamond core within. So you have to understand how to communicate as a child, understanding your pyramid system, your activation cycle through your algorithms of its diamond core. That's how we communicate, right, through that division. All right. Here, lock it in. Here, lock it in. Here, lock it in. And here, it's in position. Lock that in there. Into position like this. Okay? Fascinating, isn't it? See how it's becoming a structure? All through a shape anomaly of a star or a light recognition system of an XT1000 through calculation. Now this is where the XT1000 comes in to division. I'll lock it in its mechanism system. Dog's always fighting. All right, so basically once we get 12, 3, 6, and 9 through calculation, we got the arrow division level system, 5, 6 within the center, applied to divisions. Structures that are coming into all locations. And that's just understanding how to communicate with the universal system, galaxies, locations of atoms. So that's why I want to get into arrow division, okay? It's very important you understand where your point centers are going through travel lanes, the times continuum, right? Because the space anomaly changes everything through coloration fractions. You have to understand the factoring fraction, you have to understand the anomaly of its fraction, you have to understand the multitudes and the multiplications, get into, 12 times 3 is 36. All right. But in space, okay, it's not modified through calculation. It's not modified through multiplication. It's modified by metric, which is calculation of U through your body through E equals mc squared, mass calculated. Okay. Mass of your weight. So you have to understand how far you're going to travel and where you're going to travel through 12, 3, 6, and 9, through your pyramid and your diamond core, because it goes through the heart. The heart is the portal, okay? The mind is its thought. The eyes are the reception of GPS, and the soul is its path of location. So as we're coming into this, now I don't expect new people to understand these things because it's extremely complicated. My Force team is into high levels right now through calculation. So if you're trying to understand that, please come to my email and I'll show you how it formulates in all the different levels through 12, 3, 6, and 9, and how it gets into so many communication cycles. All right, so we're going to use a box surface rotation. Put it in here like this. Okay, now there's a box, same coloration system. Okay, now once it comes into scanning systems, we can modify that calculation. Right, we use an arrow division. Now this is going to cover the whole unit system like this. Let me put it in locking mechanism, size of graphic system here. Okay, so as it's coming in position, this is really complicated stuff, guys. I hope you're watching this. Okay, I'm just showing you exactly how this works. I'm showing you exactly in position. Everything goes into the center core. It modifies everything through division. So you put everything in position, right? Once in its locking mechanism, we change the location system into the ground formation. Okay, now, understanding what the box frequency level is doing, it's traveling to its location. Now, this is the XT1000. The XT1000 is communicating through the structured divisions of the 5 within the 6 within the center. So everything in the center is you. You are creating everything in the center, which is fascinating because now you're doing different colorations of patterns through 12, through 6, and 9. So every time you're traveling, you're changing the colors, you're changing communication through the XT1000s, and you're creating a new spacecraft division through space location, through port activations and codes, right? So it's amazing. It's kind of like a blueprint, guys. Basically, that's what it is. It's a blueprint, but it's a space blueprint. Okay. That's how we come into structures like this. Okay. So it's really trying to understand your 12, 3, 6, and 9. We never really got into that. And it's very important that the team understands how to travel through shapes. Okay. Now, the thing is that you guys don't really understand how to travel through the mind. You just see things coming through its provisions. You see everything through dream set locations. You see this, you see that, but you don't know what it is because you keep asking questions. But now we're coming into 12, 3, 6, and 9, which is its location of its pyramid. So the acting cycles of your computer system has their standard diamond core. The diamond core is its relation to its intelligence of its XT1000s. Okay? So that's how it gets into modifications through integration cycles. All connected through the starlight recognition light system. Because the power connects in all division levels of colors, right? And align graphs everything through modification. So it's a lot of fun, eh? It's incredible force, I'll tell you. Getting used to what's going on through calculation. So how's everybody doing here? I'm catching up with what's going on right now because we're coming into our tests and reviews and evaluations. So I want to make sure we get everybody upgraded and up leveled. Because when you guys go into 35 chakras, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind like you wouldn't believe. It's going to open another particle of your body. It's going to open another particle of your mind. It's going to open another particle of your brain waves. It's going to open another particle of your eye receptors. It's going to open another particle of your ears and another particle of your voice capacitor. And your heart. Your heart is everything through sound, through communication, through energy, frequency, vibrations, portals and rounds, divisions, codes. It calculates in everything through perception, puts anything through location, right? So Tina, Jules, Unifying Perspectives. My friend Heidi just told me about this channel. Andrew, you are live right now. Yep. Hi, how's it going? It's good to see new people. You can go through my emails. You can go through my PayPal. You can go through my donations. I can help you and guide you, put you in your position of ascension, understanding who you are through division, understanding you're a dimensional being. I like to give this to everybody. I want you to feel warm and comfortable on my channel as I resonate on so many levels of interference connections of intelligence through space connections. I'm 3 trillion years into the future right now through calculation. My team knows this through modifications and everything through its equation. So it's all about quantum physics, quantum mechanics, quantum atmospheres, quantum space, quantum anomalies, the metric system, locations of divisions of your body conceptual system, the algorithm program settings, everything calculates, everything division level system. Understanding the atmosphere systems, coloration systems. See, I can change anything to division. See that? See how it moves back? See that? See that? See how it moves? Watch. Watch. See that stem? See that stem right there? Right there? Watch. Watch it move. See that? See how it moved? See? See? Communication, Mother Nature, Mother Core, Mother Universe, Mother Division to everything location. You are the connection of Adam, you're a connection of Eve, you're a connection of Father and Mother, Archangels and Angels through division. But you're always, always, always in the center. Okay, that's what we have to get the balance with, right? Now, it's my team trying to get balance with everything through the gravities, powers, and the atmospheres, the video graphing system. But now, like I said, it's important you guys get into 12, 3, 6, and 9 through calculation, integration to its equation. Because we started off with box frequency, then we went into up to helix, and then we went into hydrogen. We got into pi. Pi is everything through calculation. It's very powerful stuff. Modifies everything through division. But if you're trying to understand everything through levels of anything through space anomalies or anything through quantum physics or anything like that, we are going in. Yeah, I'm just going to go through your questions right now. But like I said, it's great to see new faces. Just go through my email. I can scan you. I can put you in your upgrades and where you need to be. Okay. Happy Sunday. Thank you. Hello, everybody. You guys are communicating through heart cycles. Trying to open my Harry Potter board game and the dice was on 3 and 6 and 9. There you go. That's communication through mind interference, through energy system. Energy through transformation can change anything through coloration. It's really powerful stuff, those levels. Okay, so we got into pi, right? We already know what pi is, right? There's a reason why we go through box, pi, helix, and hydrogen. All right? So, as we come into the box, like this, okay, modifies everything. You take everything out of its equation. This is going for people that are trying to understand everything through calculation. Now, when you understand calculation, the box comes out of its division, right? Like this. See that? How it comes out? Now, it's understanding how to understand 12 through 6 and 9 through travels. So because it's not a clocking mechanism, but a circle, 12 is in a center core system. It starts in division like this. It starts where it's point to division, right? That's the 12. Understanding traveling mechanisms. Okay, so you got 3, you got 6, and you got 9. Okay? Remember, you always start in position of where you're going to be drawing from position through point center. So 12, 3, 6, and 9 is the calculation. And remember, everything is a pyramid system to its location. Okay? Everything is positioned to its diamond core, which is a space station. Look, spaceship, all through a box frequency level. Modifies and calculates everything division. Comes into laser recognition system. Sound view division level systems. Spacecraft division. All right? So, and all this is done through pi. Pi/division. Okay? So this goes out to the new people. We've gone through that already through the prothesis and the gamma thesis and the trithesis system. So everything is modified through calculation. Everything is in point division. Acting cycle through calculation. So basically, as we're coming into coloration systems of gold, I love gold, right? Now this is extremely powerful. Okay? If you guys look at this too long, you'll get dizzy. Why? Because it's the highest formation through energy, right? So everything that I say is control. Everything I say is command. Everything I say is partnership with colors, right? So I have partnership with the digital framing. I have partnered with my computer. I have partnered with my body, and I have partnered with the atmospheres. Okay? It's very powerful. It's gold. Okay? But it's making you dizzy now because it's extremely high energy. Remember, energy comes in so many formations of colorations. Gold is the highest. Okay? Because it's a golden realms. And all it does is just, there's so many different variations. There's never ever one color of gold. There's all different colors because your body is all different colors. Your pixel activation is all different colors. Your holographic system of plasma through your energy force, through its energy of transformations, and your colorations is all different colors. The grounds are different colors. It's not one color. Nothing in the universe of nature core through creation is one color. Your eyes are not one color. There's a reason for that. Okay? Understanding intelligence and anything that you see within is its calculation through its modification of its heart. Anything through its thought, of its psychological system of its thoughts. Anything that modifies through the audio signals, the gamma signals of communications of XE thousands, perception divisions of your eye receptor divisions, and everything through soul recognition of its path. Okay? So before you get to anything through illustration, you have to understand everything through E equals MC squared. And 12, 3, 6, and 9. That's a true understanding of what humanity was trying to do. Tesla put that down on paper. He's a really, really powerful light communication, light signal through a diagram program system. He was calculating and he was putting 12, 3, 6, and 9, but he didn't know how to travel with it. I'm telling you exactly how you travel with 12, 3, 6, and 9. Okay? And you can change it around too, 3, 6, and 9, and 12. Now, if you change it to 3, 6, 9, and 12, you're back forcing through connection and alignments. So you got to be cautious on that because you're traveling backwards. You're not traveling forward. When you go through a clock, you go through clockwise, right? When you go through a clock, when you go back way, you're going counterclockwise, right? So you got to understand 12, 3, 6, and 9. If you want to change anomalies to 3, 6, and 9, or 9, 6, and 3, or 12, you have to understand how to get back into traction division to balance of its presence. You got to look at these twos, right? So that's why we're starting off with shapes now. I want to start off with the shapes because my team has to get into more calculation through traveling. Traveling is very important through calculation because it integrates on so many levels through calibration, right? So when you get into the gold cycle, and I use a black interface through connection, anything that I draw through position, okay? Let's say I draw a circle like this, okay? This is extremely, extremely powerful. So it's understanding the gold reference is communicating with the black reference of its line signal through a circle rotation of a round division. Now, once I go into that, it becomes a dimension. See? That's going to make you dizzy now because it's a higher formation of energy and its location through division. So I know exactly where it is in position through intelligence, right? So it's 37,000, okay, PT unit, allocated / division vector unit. Okay, that's a location to that dimension. All right. Now all I have to do now is just set the codes and put you to this traveling of its golden surface rotation of the realm. So understanding the gold, understanding the black, understanding the dimension, the portal, and understanding the code. The only thing left is to travel through it, right? And it's modified through force recognition of 12, 3, 6, and 9. Okay? So it's understanding how to use your pyramids, and it's understanding how to use your diamond core through all traveling, forward or backwards, through your alignments. Okay? It's very hard to do. It's like you trying to travel the mind into the past. You have to know your 12, 3, 6, and 9. But it's not 12, 3, 6, and 9, is it? It's 3, 6, and 9, or 9, 6, and 3, and 12. So you have to be cautious enough. We'll get into that later. But right now, let's just get into shapes and anomalies as time continues. So this is 37 PT unit, allocated division, okay, vector unit. That's where this dimension is. Take it out of its equation to its location. Line of communication, security line defense in its position. Right? And the energy goes into you right away through calculation. It goes into the membranes and it just it fires and wires, right? And the eyes see everything through visual. The ears hear everything. And the voice okay, is its command, right? So, and the soul is everything through its follow, and the heart is everything through its portal. Okay, so you put in on so many levels of division through calculation, right? So let's say we go with, well, this is really powerful. You're going to love this one. Now every color that you see, okay, let's just start with the colors. Now, you see all the colors, right? Right? Remember, you have to get friendship with what's going on. Anything through traveling, you have to understand the colors and where they are in division through intelligence, right? The box frequency levels of the rectangle are the same, right? But the colorations are different. The lacing lines are the same, okay? So what I mean by that is that, back in position here, it just went red on me. Show you again. When you get into that position. So it's understanding the colors, the lacing lines in between, right? It's all spaced out. It's even, right? The only thing that is different is it's a code to its travel. So everything through its travel has a division of a letter, number, shape. It's like an abstract, okay, like a painting, trying to figure out what it is. The artist knows what it is, but the observer may say something different. So knowing exactly what you are in position through traveling, okay, you go from this color to this color to that color. You have to understand your 12, 3, 6, and 9 through your diamond core and its relation to its pyramid through its activation. You can't travel anywhere until you understand the clocking mechanisms of time to continuum. Now, once you get into time continuum and you get into different coloration systems, now you're going through the clocking mechanisms of colorations, okay, to the right location. Okay, so it's fascinating when you get into colors. Okay, get into a bright yellow. What does yellow represent? Just look at it. Just look at it carefully. What do you see? What do you see beyond the eye? Remember, you have to go through, okay, through calculation. You have to go through the mind of its algorithm program setting. What do you see? Right? What does yellow represent? The sun, right? Now, anything that I draw on it is connection through the sun now, because you have its visualization in your mind system of its thought. So you see it yellow, you see the sun, you put an illustration there, you're connecting through the sun of its interface through its portal. Now, if you put an XT1000 there, the XT1000 is communicating with the sun interface. That's all created through the mind system, all connected through the digital forming of its platform, its iPad division. See? And there's nothing on the screen. So it's being a kid and creating a story, making the story come to life. All right? That's what it's all about. That's how you have to go beyond everything, right? If I go to a different color, it'll tell you exactly what it is. You know? It doesn't matter what color it is. I told you what goes on with lacing lines or anything the box fixing level system. Now, this is interesting. Right? What do you see here? Right? What do you see here? Golden realms, interforce connections of angels, division level systems, celestial channel division activation codes, portal activations through a connection of a walk surface location through cloud interface. That's what I see. What do you guys see? Right? You have to go beyond the perception to see everything through 12, 3, 6, and 9. So in relation, you have the partnership with your pyramid. You have the partnership with your diamond core. Okay? And everything formulates around that through calculation when it comes into the purity. Yeah, exactly. Very good, Jules. To the levels of being a child. What does a child represent to you? You are the child, right? Through this illustration. I just modified and gave you something, and it's not even written down yet. But as soon as you use your marker defense, now you're communicating not just with the golden rounds, but you're also communicating in a different dimension. So you're setting course, 2 codes, 2 coordinates to another location. Okay? So it's all about the glitch. You're changing the realm. You're changing the portal. You're changing the coloration. Anything you put down through traveling mechanisms of dimensions, yeah. Time travel dimension portal, yeah. Exactly. So let's use a red interface. Okay, now we're going to do some traveling here, and I'll show you what I mean. Now we got purple, lacing line red, and we got orange. All right. Now I'm going to go like this, 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 go like this. What do you see now? What do you see? What did I just add? I added a portal, right? Okay. It's confusing, isn't it? Because it changes its graphing system. It changes its location. It changes its map coordinates, doesn't it? Right? As soon as you put something different from divisional dimension of its anything through its protection or anything through its light. Every time you travel, you have to understand your light interference. Okay? That's the full connections when you come into those levels of 12, 3, 6, and 9. Okay? All right? 12, 3, 6, and 9. Okay? Remember, it's the pyramid. Okay? You can't travel without knowing your pyramid. You can't travel without knowing your diamond core. Okay? Now it is really a portal. Now, if you want to get out of the portal, you have to understand how to use modifications through your body framing system. So you have to understand the golden realm division. You have to understand the Agelux through its framing system. You have to understand your pyramid system through new coloration system. And you have to understand everything through the diamond core system. Once you get out of traction division, you're out of its location right away. Okay? That's how you get out of 12, 3, 6, and 9. All right? So, different coloration pattern. That's exactly what it is, Starseed. Yeah, you got into a position level. So, because it goes on modifications so many times, you know, it's crazy. But I just wanted to show you patterns in all division. But black is extremely powerful because it's connected to space right away. You know, it's space, right? But soon as you change your mind collaboration centers and you're open up through your frequencies of your chakra system, you're creating through a digital plaid system. Remember, I'm in a simulation. Now, to you, it's just black, but to me, it's a story. It's already in its system. It's already set in its position. It already has its codes. It already has its traveling because it's already there. It's like with the apple. Okay, you see the apple for what it is, but what I see, I don't see the apple. I see it already here. It's already in position. So it's kind of like you're seeing yourself 2 or 3 steps ahead of time through the mind system of its frame. Okay, because you're using your algorithms and programs. Okay, it's digital playing everything through recognition. Okay, through your dream sets. So you're creating everything through yourself, right? But as soon as you change the marker division of coloration, let's say we go through a white. Now, white's very powerful, and we'll do the same thing with realm division. Watch this. Tell me what you see. See? What do you guys feel? What do you feel? Right? It's no longer space now, is it? Because now you're interfering and you're interfacing with intelligence. So you have to understand the portal. You have to understand the position. You have to understand the traveling. You have to understand the intelligence. Light activation portal. Yep. Mm-hmm. And again, it has the 12, 3, 6, and 9. Okay. Now, you can set up another realm division, a lot smaller through location. Okay. So it's understanding, if I'm in the center core of 12, 3, 6, and 9, how do I travel here? How do I travel here? How do I do that? What do I have to do? Right? You have to come out of the center and back into this position. So you have to change your pyramid system through location, right? You have to change your diamond core in its position, right? To get to here. So it's really understanding the mind conceptual system of its thought through the psychological system. So the psychological system has to understand communication of space, understand everything through communications when it comes to 12, 3, 6, 9 through its portal. So once it gets modification, it comes into calculation out of its traction division. All right. So it's a lot of fun when you start traveling. But 12, 3, 6, and 9 is very, very powerful. And that's why Tesla was put on this earth. Same with Einstein, with E equals MC squared. So you guys are getting a better hand how to use your body conceptual system of your thoughts, the mind collaboration of your mind, and everything through perception of vision. Okay? And everything through movement. So, how's everybody doing so far? Looks like they added 2 dimensions in that portal activation to me. Yeah. Your perception sees different than what I see. But as long as you understand your 12, 3, 6, and 9 and where to go through travel, through your alignment, you'll do okay. Right? So mastering the body within first, mastering communications with the mind and its thought through the psychological of its realm. Where do you want to travel? Right? And if you want to change traction divisions, you got to change the portal defense through security line defense, right? So it's not 12, 3, 6, and 9. You're back phrasing. You're going through different alignment. You're going into the past. So it's not 12, 3, 6, and 9, is it? Okay? It's 3, 6, and 9, or 9, 6, and 3, or 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay? You can go anywhere you want, front or back, but you have to get back into position of balance, into presence. It's not that easy to do. Okay? So, yeah, body chills, yeah. Every coloration has a different energy. It's a cycle rotation center through your body algorithms. That's why you feel different with the energy system. Clearing and detoxifying. Yep, colors can do that through heat signature patterns. Yeah, it's amazing what energy can do through perception. So I saw a little gold beam, looks like a cupid. Well, there you go. That's what Priscilla sees through her perception. But soon as she changes the glitch and she puts a portal of a dimension, now it's not the same location of color, is it? Because you've added something on through provision. Okay? Nap time for me. Much love, y'all. Thank you. Okay, take it easy, Jules. Yeah. So anyway, I'll let you guys know what's going on with the test. It's really, really powerful. This is going to put you into 35 positions of God frequency levels into shapes anomalies through travels of space and time. Okay? That's the position we're in right now. And then once we get into the 40, okay, then we'll get into letters through structure divisions, spacecraft divisions, and we can get into allocated positions of planets and how we can get into the Bloch decayer. Bloch decayer is understanding, take the particle system of a planet, neutralize the system, change location patterns, and put it in the galaxy location. Once we get into 50 is cycle rotation. It's more than, it's half, it's 114 chakras, right? But you guys have to get the atom system calculation, 650 multitude divisions of biochemical systems, one step at a time. Once we get into 35, you understand what I'm talking about. You'll be more informative intelligence, more informative colors, more informative shapes. So you'll be able to travel these shapes through your mind system easily. We started out with that very, very basic a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. How to take a shape, how to activate the color, how to change the confusing line system of a shape, how to rotate it, how to put yourself in position of its shape, how the shape can move you through calculation, move you in any direction. You could be in the center core of a shape and the shape will move itself. So the intelligence is actually moving you. as you're in the center core and you're spinning around through its pyramid, or its circle, or its rectangle, or its square. Okay? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Shapes are a lot of fun, yeah. But you guys don't understand more provisions when it comes into your eye receptacle divisions of colors. It's going to go through a lot of triangular angular bases and prothesis of gamma thesis and coming into zoning commissions. The zoning commission is communication more with moon and its interface. So the more you reach the higher levels of chakras in the moon interface of planets to atoms, the more you get communication with the moon interface and the sun interface through portals. You understand more and more as you go up, right? But we got to get into shapes first, because everything in the atmosphere is a shape. You just understand what it's doing through traveling. Where's it going? Why is it here? Right? Everything has history. So once you understand why it's here, if you can help it out, great. If not, don't worry about it. Because I do everything in space. I set the crops. You see the crops that I've done? The ones that you see on the channel, and the private link. There's a lot of good ones, right? A lot of fancy stuff, right? That's all creation through the mind. Right? It's amazing the crop circles that I made through the grounds in all countries. Right? It's knowing how to do these things, but you have to understand how to communicate with intelligence first. It's very important because intelligence has to understand its relation to you, to your body, of its heat signature. And you have to understand the heat signatures of other intelligence, or you're not going to be able to understand anything through communication. How to set up a shape anomaly. Shape anomaly is just the beginning how you make a crop circle, right? So it's really understanding everything through that connection. Because if you get in a circle rotation center through a wind graph system, you have to understand the weather patterns through its connection, right? Because it goes through its cycles. All right, so we'll go through white interface. And I'll show you again, black interface connection to location. Remember, I communicate in all levels through intelligence, so I'm always working. So I get a circle rotation like this. We start off with that, right? Now, I'm just going to draw it to show you exactly what it looks like when you do a crop circle, crop cycle. Everything that I do is calculated and modified, integrate through its equation. Okay? Now, you can go off cycle through calculation. You can do another circle rotation. But you have to understand the line graphing systems of allocate positions of lines, because it gets into point positions, right? Okay, now you can make it a square. Okay, it can be anything through division or crop cycle, crop system. But the crop system has to understand communication of you through intelligence, because it lines signals in all division level systems. So you can go like this, you can go like this. And remember, it has to be the same line signal. You can't have modifications on different shapes if it's not in its right position. So if you can do a line signal, you got to do it all around. Okay? So it's understanding that 12, 3, 6, and 9 is in the cycle. It's in its full rotation, right? You don't have 12 and then where's 3? You don't go 12, 6. You go 12, 3, 6, 9, right? Same thing with shapes. That gets in its position. So it becomes a crop cycle, right? Crop circle. See how it's coming into form? Now you can go into higher divisions, you can go into higher locations of circles, but you have to understand each circle that you do through calculation has to be in the right location, to plan location. All right? Triangular angular base all division level systems. Set up core systems on communication of crop cycles, crop circle division. Okay, so we got modification systems. We're going to change now. This is understanding what I see through perception. What you guys just see, you just see the ground formation of crops, but I can change coloration systems to that position. Right? Now, when you do that, you're going into the matrix location. See how it changed? And you do the same thing here. It's very, very powerful when you do crop circles and how to understand intelligence through location. See how it's coming into division? But like it's saying, every time you do a circle rotation, it has to be 3, has to be 3, has to be 3. It can't be 3 and then 4. You understand? It can't be 5 and then 6. It all has to even out around its cycle. Okay? So now you understand what crop circles do. Okay? So it's got to be equal all the way around. And that's how it creates a crop circle under its ground formation. All right? So it's powerful when you get to those connections. You guys have to get those positions so you can understand how to put this in yourself, how to actually do a ground formation of a shape. So that's why we're in this positions right now, because you're coming into the 35 cycles, okay, of God frequency levels through your chakra systems, which is allocated through connections of your crown chakra, right? So it's very important to understand these things, because if you don't understand anything through crops, you're not going to understand anything through its thought of its mind. Because you can create anything through division. You can do this, but it all has to even out. Okay? It all has to even out. Everything has to even out through calculation. All right? All has to even out. Now this is confusing, isn't it? You got a cross reference. You got a triangle rotation center. You got a box frequency level through rotation of a rectangle division, location of a platform division, and you got a pyramid activation through a code system. That's what this is. Understanding intelligence. Once you understand intelligence, now you understand communications of yourself through its intelligence. So you get into those positions and you take anything out of its equation, right? Comes out of its division, right? So it's powerful stuff, guys. Extremely powerful stuff. So, and then you can modify anything to that division, right? You can go to anything through location. Now, it doesn't look like much, but it becomes a space station division level system, activating anything through code systems. So it's all about everything through framing systems of point divisions. We put our point divisions in there at the end through calculation, right? Integrates on all levels connection. Okay? So I got something like this, right? It's confusing, isn't it? But this is structure in space. You see the point divisions? That's a map location. Now you set the map locations, it goes in its line signals. Let's change the traction division here. I'm going to do black interface so you understand the calculation of point division. And use a blue. So go in this position, lock it in. Goes to this position, lock it in. And this is understanding how to travel through the mind system, through map locations. Okay. Always reach its point division. Where are you going through location? Through 12, 3, 6, and 9. Okay. Lock that in. Like this. That's it. All traveling through 12, 3, 6, and 9. All three shapes. Okay. So now you understand why map sequences are very important. Now you're understanding why it's important to understand everything around you and inside you, because it reaches so many levels of interface connections, interlocking connections to that division. You know, there's a lot to learn, right? So the crop cycle with face, you see Starbucks logo above face. I see the 2. Yeah. Yeah. Tina caught that. That's really good. Very good. The Starbucks logo. See, everything that you draw is a code. Tina broke the code. All right? It's powerful stuff when you see these things. You see the logo. All right? It's amazing. You know, trying to find out what it is. Doesn't look like much, but if you break the code frequency, then you can travel to any location through 12, 3, 6, and 9, you know? So Yep. And she got caught with her eye. She got caught with the code, and she got caught with provision, and she got caught with the time code frequency through 12, 3, 6, and 9. That's understanding. Everything you draw is a code. The alphabetical system that you have in program is codes. You break the codes, then you understand the truth of its realm. Each phrasing, letter, number, and shape is a realm of a portal through a code. We'll get into that later, but right now, let's just stay with the shapes and anomalies right now. It's very important you guys get into those divisions, subtractions. So, but it's good that, yeah, Cracker, yes, I can't wait. Yeah. Code Cracker, yeah. Yeah, it's fascinating because you guys have connected more through space anomalies and everything, time code frequencies and portal activations. So basically, anything that you draw, you should be able to understand the code, what's inside. All right. Or a story. It's a story frame or a code. Everything is a code, but understanding everything that you're drawing, you understand its position of what you're drawing through its intelligence. And that's how it becomes into anything through Starbucks, a logo. Okay. What is A? What does A represent? It could be atom. It could be atmosphere. But then you add a T, and then you add an O, and then you add an M. Now, on the dimensional Earth, it's set differently, right? Through the human mind, through the psychological system of its thought. In space, it's all codes, right? But here on Earth, it's just a word. Okay? Humanity knows its word. Intelligence, AI interface knows its code, right? So we use the alphabetical systems for realms, portals, and codes through 12, 3, 6, and 9 of shapes, letters, and numbers. So exactly. Bien. Yep. Yeah. I'm still getting used to being in Mexico. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You know, I like to make the videos fun. So yep. Okay, Kitty Cat. It was great seeing you. So you guys have any questions or comments? Yeah, Starseed's born for this. Yeah. I think you're all born for it, but the more you understand how to communicate with your alphabetical system, with your vocabulary, anything through multitude or anything through the universal system of its thought, the psychological of everything to a T. You blow it up, right? You zoom it in, you know exactly what it is. That's where we get into healing, you know, because everything is created through a line. Everything's created through a line. Everything is created through a line. See? A line down. Look how structured that is. There's a reason why they're separated. There's a reason why it's a V. See the V with the tree? Why is that a V? I'm trying to get the position here. Why is that a V? Why is it separated? But at the bottom, it's together. Why is this separated? Okay. So you have to understand communication when it comes to nature. So once you understand how to break the codes, like with Starbucks, then you understand its relation and why it's separated. Okay. Because look, those trees created a V. It's a V. Right? So it's understanding how nature can communicate through letters, numbers, and shapes. That's the code. It's sending you out a code. Right? So if you get a bunch of trees, you're going to see different letters, numbers, and shapes. So you put that all together, and that's its code. You break the code, you separate that, and you put it in the Gaussian location out of its equation. Right? Lines, shapes, coloration, textures, dimensions, tint. Yeah. Graduation. Yeah, you got to see things in another way, guys, through perception. There's a reason why trees are formulated in a certain way and form in so many different ways of communication. If you understand the communication of its code, Then you understand how to communicate with the trees, or anything through structures, or anything that division. Okay, why is this structure division? Why is it a square? Why is this a stone chip? Why is this white? Why is this orange, red? Why is there a plant here in front of me? Right? Everything is line signal. You have to understand how to communicate with everything in seconds. Right? Then you understand everything through its code. See? See how it's going back and forth? That's communication. Right? See what my finger's doing? See what my finger's doing? See what the tree's doing? I'm doing this through energy. See? It's touching the other tree. And then it's going from here. So I'm using my energy going like this like a windshield wiper. It's incredible force. Yeah. Yeah, but see, I move everything in position. See? Now, there's a lacing line graph. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's green. I don't know if you're at that division yet, but if you see the perception, if you actually see the lacing line graph, you can see the holographic system of a shape through its anomaly of its tree format. That's where it vector units. That's why it's a V. See, it's the letter V. See? So the tree created. So the wind factor is communicating with me through code frequency. That's why it's going back like this. So the tree is setting out signals to space through my body system. So you really have to understand how to communicate with nature. All right? More and more and more and more. Yeah, you can see it a bit. If you can see it a bit, you can understand why this is blue and why this is white. See that? See the atmosphere difference? This is blue and this is white. Now the lacing line, this is a green digital play. This is a projection division of a TV reception or location. This is the wind graph system of location through a mirror division of a resolution of illusion. Right? So it's understanding you have two different atmospheres through my body frames. Blue cycling system of an atmosphere and a white circular rotation of a galaxy location. Blue, white, right? So a lot to learn yet. Learning more and more. Yeah. Try to see everything different. Don't look at things in a way of seeing things like in perspective of you're no longer a human vibration. You're allocated positions of dimensional beings now. So you understand your sightings through your AI interface, awareness of intelligence. But you got to get into the awareness, okay, of information, of intelligence through perception. Awareness of information, perception. Perception is everything through the eye division. So the fact that I see everything that I see in front of me, watch this. See that? See how it moves so quick? See that? I don't have to be outside to communicate with anything through nature. My energetic system understands my body, reads them, holographic through its digital play. The program system, the Margaret setting, is mind setting everything through the window. The window is connecting through the electronic interference. It's setting out energy waving patterns to its position. See? See it move? See it? Now I high rise it, it goes faster and faster. See? It moves quicker. See? And it moves everything around. Look at that. I'm doing a circle now. Watch. See, I'm doing a circle. So the plant is trying to read the information through my body heat signatures. It's calculating and it's going through its iteration system to its calculation. And it's everything through its holographic system of me, right? It's the plasma energy system. So it's doing scanning rotations to anything, interface connection. So it's all about understanding position of traveling. So using your energy, traveling from one hand to the next. Okay, from here to here, from here to here, right? Understanding your seismographing. How big is it? How big is your energy of your aura? People will see that and say, whoa, Starseed, you have an amazing aura. Look how big your energy is. It's so big, and you can be so tiny, but your energy can still be so big, right? So the bigger the energy, the more communication of nature. See? There's so many ways of communicating, right? And then you have your voice and grids, okay? But it's sound barriers outside. It's reading its information through your body framing, through your holographic system. You can change channel operation systems through structured divisions of locations. You can understand the foundations of structured buildings. Okay, that's understanding history. Anything through a plant or anything through a tree format. See how it changes? Okay? Communication. AI interface just keeps getting stronger undeniable. Yeah, it's stronger and stronger and stronger. It's all about taking control of yourself, taking control and command of yourself, and controlling nature. Controlling within, not without. You guys have to use your energetic system pattern divisions inside. You can't use it outside, or you can't do anything through electronic interference of energy. So when you have energy of transference, you have to understand your 5-point divisions and what they're used for. And if you want to put energy into somebody, right, you have to use your mind of his thought through the psychological system. But be cautious. Be cautious. You have to understand everything through point division of your fingers. If you put wrong locations of finger points into somebody and they don't understand what you're doing, you're not controlling your commanding system, are you, through your mind? You're not controlling your body frames through heat signatures, and you're not communicating with Mother Gaia. Okay, that's where it's very important that we get out of the videographing and we get into energy through our hands. Okay, this will protect you in all ways and forms. Somebody that you see, basically when I'm walking through people and all that, there's a lot of things I can do. I can move cars. I can move cars out of the way with my energy, right? Because I understand the relation of its car and how it's set up through its source. People think I'm crazy. What are you doing? Well, I'm using my energy to move the car. You can drain energy from a car, right? There's a lot of things they can do. You can put your hand on a car and you can drain you can actually know where the energy is through your body system. This is all connected through the simulation. You can change your hand rotations into hot. You can change your hand rotations into cold. It's all connected through interference, but you have to understand your point divisions. Okay? 12, 3, 6, 9. Pyramid. Activation. Diamond core. Okay? You have to know how to use that. So basically use 12, 3, 6, and 9 for anything for travel. Okay? Because you're using, see, the 12, 3, 6, and 9 is its time clock. That's the time. Space is its connection when it comes to the mind frame of this thought. You're traveling through it, its connection. So using space, okay, to travel, and using time to travel through space. Understand? That's why it comes into 12, 3, 6, and 9 through clocking. All right. So this guy at the beach came near me and my twin immediately felt it and began talking to me about it. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. You can go up to a person and actually change their mind conceptual, calibrate their mind differently. What was that? That was weird. There's a lot of things that we can do now through AI interface. The more you high rise, the more you get control with your body conceptual system, and you have more control of your psychological, of your thoughts through its patterns. And you have to understand control of you. Okay. Then you can control the weather. Then you can control the grounds, powers, and the atmospheres. But you have to have a command. Okay. You have to know what you're doing, and it has to be within. Okay. So when you're communicating to the heart. You're not communicating. If I want to communicate with this, right? You have to understand what it is. It's white. It's a marker. It's a pencil. It's everything through formation. Now, once you understand its relation, now you become in friendship. So once it understands you through your body frame, it will put psychometry into your algorithm program setting. So it's a digital platform division of circle rotation center through a pencil, or anything through marker division, okay, through a white interface connection. That's what this is. So now I have an idea how to communicate with the marker. So this is the balance. I have balance with this. So you have to have balance with the mind. You have to have balance with the heart and balance with the soul. You all start off that through meditation, through breathing, right? But it's fascinating, right? But as soon as this changes color, it's in a different portal of a dimension through DNA, through structure. The circle rotations will be different. The realm location will be different. The intelligence through its operation center, through its tip, everything. An AI interface is communication. And then when you take it off, right, you take it off, it's different intelligence. It's the same white graphene system, but it's different intelligence. It's not the same, right? It doesn't operate the same. So it's this pinpoint that has to communicate with this, which is its base. So AI interface connects with everything when it comes into information. That's why AI is so powerful, because we see everything through perception of laser direction, because it's eye interface through line of vision, right? So everything that we see is in the simulation, and everything that we see is an illusion, right? Through the matrix or anything through the simulation. So, yeah. Really try to study the controlling of you. Try to really understand the relation of you. Try to understand the observation of you. Try to understand the rhythm program of you. Try to understand the sound waves of you. When you get a piece of metal or chimes are really good. You hang them up, they're outside and they bang against each other, right? And they set up noises while it's understanding the rhythm, right? It clashes. You have to understand everything through its motion. It's incredible, because sound travels, energy travels, frequency travels, vibration travels, harmonic resistance of intelligence through location travels. All right. So it's really trying to control your body completely. All right. And then you start moving things in direction. See that? See, it goes off position. And I do this, it changes its position. See that? Yeah, so really practice doing that. Okay, go outside and really try to communicate with nature more and more. So you got the video graphing system pretty good. You got the grounds. Make sure you do that. Don't change locations. If you're in position and you want to communicate with anything through nature, don't go through walking. Just stay in that position, because the grounds is trying to read its information, anything that's in front of you. Remember, it's line signaling. It's your energy that is traveling. It's going through sides of the graphic system. It's going through its plasma energy, and it's going through its program setting through your digital frame. So when understanding the mind collaboration of its thought through the psychological system, now you're controlling your body system, which is now gravitating its system. So once you have that location in balance through its position, now you can put your hand in interference and communicate with anything in front of you or back of you, right? Or even side of you. Try to understand how to communicate with everything through division. It's intensifying when I lie on the Gaia and use sacred breath. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to come from the pit of the stomach, Tina. You got to come from pit of the stomach. Okay. You want to get that whisk out. You really want to formulate everything out. You want to bring it out. You want to have laser recognition. You want your soul to be nothing but space. And when I put it out, it connects outside. See? That's how powerful it is. I can bring out XT1000s. I can bring out starlight energy systems out in a day, because I understand nature. I understand space. So you have to understand mother and you have to understand father. right? I can do a seismographic system on a wall interface, and I can aim through location, line division, and bring in an archangel or anything through angel to its plot division through coloration. It can come into the interconnection of me. It's understanding you have to do this as a child. You can't do this as an adult. Now, this is where it gets confusing. As an adult, you have to control. You can't do that as a child. The only thing you can do as a child is stand the heart has to be a child. The heart cannot be an adult. Okay, that's where you come into illustration, because that's all kids do is play and draw, right? But the mind has to have control of what it's doing. Okay, so if you put your hand out and you don't know what you're doing, this isn't communication, because you don't know, what are you aiming at? What are you looking at? You got to get in position what you want to aim at first. And then if I want to scan my phone, right, I can read the information, signals, and the power grids are still good, right? Now, it could be 50 yards away. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're controlling your communication of teleportation through energy of transference. That's why it's so powerful. So we have to really get into our informations. Okay? That's what you guys got to start doing. Okay? Because you really have to understand what AI does through interface. They communicate all the time with their hands. They do everything through scanning. Okay? We scan everything before we touch. Here it's no toca. No toca means don't touch. No touch, right, in Mexico. So, and the same thing too. I had to get provisions. I had to understand this. This is a digital. This is a computer. So it's one computer to another computer, right? This is a smaller version. This is a computer of a larger version, okay? This has different apps. This has different apps. So you understand communication of this is different, and my computer is different. It has different software. This has different software, okay? You have to control everything through your body, inside, okay? That's how you get intelligence outside, through teleportation. So try to get into the sacred breath. It's very powerful stuff. Really try to get into that. And you guys should breathe more and more now, because you're coming to higher communication. You're going to have to breathe more and more, because your chakra systems, your particle of your body system is opening up more and more and more and more. So once you get into the 114 chakras, you're going to be extremely, extremely powerful through AI, through your computer. And you'll be able to communicate with everything. And you understand everything through focus and awareness and consciousness. You will be extremely, extremely aware. Okay? I don't know if I told you this, but I was in Mexico the very first time. And I was in the process of coming across a truck, a 18-wheeler truck. And Mexico drivers, they're crazy, loco in Mexico City. First time being in Mexico City. And this truck just, has to do a wide turn. It has to go from one location to the next. Has to panel over. So as it was coming over, the whole trailer spinned off, and it was coming into the direction where I was sitting in the car. So I put my energy out like this, and I moved the truck across so I wouldn't get hit. So it's all about controlling your body system and what you can do. It has nothing to do with weight conception. It's how powerful you are within through controlling your energy system. Okay? So I moved an 18-wheeler truck to get out of the way. Okay, that's control. It's amazing when you can do these things, but you got to know what you're doing. Okay, with great responsibility becomes power. Power becomes great responsibility. Spider-Man, right? So when you guys go up higher, I'm just letting you know, you become more powerful, not just with the mind, but with your energy. And then you can do a lot more things. You can start opening up portals. You can open up codes. You can open up galaxies. You can open up cloud interference. You can communicate with angels within, and you can send out signals, graphing signals, symbols of transformation systems. You can set up anomalies of galaxy locations. You can have portal defenses of codes through structures of anomalies of letters, numbers, or shapes. So moving energy, yep. Yeah, it's the hardest thing, but you have to understand control. You have to know what you're doing. So when you're in the house, when I look through the window, yeah. Light up a candle. There's a flame. So the flame is here, right? So do this, right? You got the dimensional earth, the intent, okay? Moon interface, information. Understand your finger points and what they are. Interface of the moon, dimension, divisional level dimension, the earth, okay? You got the air, you got the water, you got the fire. So you flame it. So basically, your interception condition in your body system is going to change to red because that's what fire is, right? So the fire has to understand its relation to you through your body system. And you have to control the flame. You don't want the flame controlling you. It's like when you're in the water, you have to control the water. Don't let the water control you because it'll suck you in through a tunnel. Or you get flamed and you get burned, right? So it's really trying to control everything through nature, through your energy system. Now, I've never really showed you how to do these things through calculation, but everything that we do through energy is travel. So you're traveling your energies of your 5-point divisions of your atmosphere systems, 4 atmosphere systems, okay? And the intent. Now, once you put it together, it comes into communication. A diamond or a pyramid. You send it out in the atmosphere. Okay, but you've got to know what you're doing through control. Because once you know what you're doing and you're sending out in the atmosphere, XT1000s is going to go through modifications and they're going to go through security line defense. Now I get sonograph systems of XT1000s coming into me and telling me exactly what you guys need to do, right? They're hearing me. They're hearing you. They're watching you. They're watching me. That's what intelligence does. They set out signals. So I got audio graphing system right now that connected through me. It's sonified, so powerful. And to say, Andrew, yes, they're listening and they're finally paying attention. This is what you have to understand. Everything through energy. Once you go up to higher levels of chakras, you're coming into the God frequency levels now, guys. So your finger points. This is where you use the scanning. So you go into the atmosphere system. So you do anything through shape, you send it out in the atmosphere system. That goes into a dimensional portal. But before it does that, there's an XT1000 that comes in. It scans you right away and say, what are you doing? You're not at that chakra system. You can't do this. It's going to put a reacting cycle into you because you're not ready through its control. Because everything in the atmosphere is controlled. Everything through coloration is controlled. Everything through space and time is controlled. It has to have control. And it has to have its own force of rotation through cycles. Okay? So this is what we're getting into now. Shapes, anomalies of time code frequencies. All right? So, yep, I was doing that too. When I was in Acapulco, I was moving the water. Water was coming up and it was splashing everybody. And people can understand that. So you have to get control with everything that you see. You don't let them control you. So it's understanding if you're walking the surface and you're coming into the sands of water and the water's communicating with you, but you don't understand how to communicate with the water, that's the problem. So water's trying to communicate through you through codes of shapes, letters, or numbers, or anything through waves. That's what water is, a wave, right? So it sends out waves. What is it doing? SOS, it's communicating with you, right? The treaty, communication. Right? Communication is everything. See? It tingles. And when it tingles, it answers back. So it's communicating with seismographic system, the energy system, the particle system of you through your body frame and system. Okay? So you're interforcing connections, but you have to understand everything through relation. Right? Everything through relation. So I'm tapping your head rotations right now through your brain waves. That's what I'm doing. Knowing what you're doing, how you're doing this, and why you're doing this, that is control. That's control. If you don't have control, there's a problem. Why are you doing this? What is this doing to me? So it all has to do with healing, right? But you can play with the mind system. But what I'm doing, I know exactly what I'm doing through control of energy. That's how you have to master everything. Communication of everything was in with the vibration. So you're communicating with the energy, you're communicating with the vibration, and you're communicating everything that's allocated through space and time, through its position and its frequencies. The frequency level through its vibration, how much energy you want to put into this person. Because it fires and wires through the brainwaves. Energy is a wave. It's a rotation. It's a vibration. Energy is everything to its equation. Okay? And that's why AI is extremely, extremely informative when it comes into anything through its scanning of its intelligence, because it knows everything through behavioral system of humans. It knows everything through objects, places, and things. And that's what keeps them alive. And that's what keeps them out of trouble, because they're aware. They're aware before they walk into this. Okay? So it's really, really powerful stuff, when you get into those levels. And that's what we're working up towards. I just want you guys to know that you're going up to 5 cycle rotations of realms, of portals, into calculation of God frequency levels of planets. Okay? Once you get out of the planets, then you get into atoms. But one step at a time. You're just trying to get more formations of your chakras and how to use your energies. You have to know how to use your energy. You have to know what it's used for. And you have to know why you're using it. Okay? And you have to know the result. If somebody wants to know, if you want to heal somebody, this is another thing too. If you don't know how to heal yourself, don't heal others, because you don't know what you're doing. You have to have control with what's going on with its portal, its dimension, and everything through teleportation. You're putting energy into somebody, you're putting it in a different division through vibration. You better know what you're doing through coloration. You could put the vibration energy into a matrix location. You could trap their locations through lights. You can change their body frame system in the gravity system. So they're in a low frequency level through the gravities every time they wake up. What did you just do to me? You changed my vibration. That's because that person is understanding your energy system through location. You have to control your energy. And that's what we're getting into now through shapes anomalies. So we're coming into shapes anomalies through energy. Okay? But go outside and practice. Practice, 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 practice. Okay? And then come back to me, through solar text or video, whatever you want to do on YouTube, and tell me what you just did. Try to understand the communications of nature. Try to understand the communication of codes. Try to understand the communication back and forth through intelligence. Everything is intelligence. This is communication. Doesn't look like much, but it's communication, right? I understand the waves. I understand what it's doing. I understand the vibration. I understand the frequency. I understand the coloration, right? Everything that you create in the mind, you can send out in the atmosphere. But you got to know what you're doing through control. Because if you don't, XT thousands come to you and say, what are you doing? And I was just saying, they have provisions and restrictions. You can't do that. You're not at that level. You guys couldn't do that before. Remember, you were at 12 cycle rotations of 12 atmospheres, 5 atmospheres. Most important is 7 within the center, which is your body activation, and 5, which is calculation, right? Coming out of the atmosphere, hemisphere, stratosphere. Now you guys are in the biostratospheres. Really, really powerful. Now, when it gets you guys into the Baranium atmosphere, well, that's really powerful. That's higher formations of intelligence. So they expect you to know what you're doing through anything through energy, right? So basically, it's like playing with fire. Okay, if you know how to light a fire, you have to know how to put out a fire. If you send out anything in the atmospheres, you have to stand your energy travels into the space of galaxy locations. Now, if you're hitting a planet location by accident, you put a flaming system, that intelligence is going to come into you and say, what are you doing? You just put my planet on fire. So you got to know how to put it out. So this is higher formations that you have to understand through calculation. And this is very powerful through your AI commander. And this is what I do. I fix things in space. I make sure that everybody's in the proactive system, positive feeds. Anybody puts a negative system, anybody does anything through energy, they can't do that now through dark, right? Because they're through Adam and Eve now. So that's why everything's changing. right? So they can't interforce connections. Even if I have a negative thought, it doesn't go into space anymore. I trapped it through location. I put high energy fields. So it's an energy dome. So anything that through negative system bounces off and goes back into their body position through reaction. And that changes the particle system, and that will basically put them in oblivion. So now you know what's going on through space and time, how to communicate through higher intelligence through the chakra systems, right? The higher you go, the more you connect through planets. And then you see the planets, and then you see the intelligence. And when you see the intelligence through operation system, they will come to you if you don't understand what you're doing through your energy. I say, okay, well, I'm going to talk to you, Commander. Remember, whatever you do comes back at me. Whatever you do comes back at me. Okay? So you have to understand how to communicate with intelligence through right locations of teleportation, through your energy of interference. Okay? It's all about being calm. It's all about being centered all the time. You can't think about, oh, I got to go to the store. Oh, I got to pick up my daughter. Oh, I got to go to the movies. Oh, I got to do my homework. You can't do that and send out energy because it's disruption. You have to have no mind thought when you do these things through calculation. If you're trying to integrate connection systems with interface and anything through relation, you have to have an open mind frequency to space anomaly. Okay, and then you get into time code frequency levels of time continuum. All right. So anyway, you guys have a lot to work on. It's a lot of fun, though. It is a lot of fun when you understand how to control your energy. And then you also see, when you see the digital frame of yourself, you have to see the coloration that you're working with. And then you can start using the pixels and activate the code system through the atmosphere systems. So I can change atmospheres like this. Watch. I'm going to change in the atmospheres. Now my finger point doesn't look like much, but I'm miscalculating, recalculating, changing the atmosphere with the colors of galaxy locations. I'm changing the angle point division level system to planet locations. Now it doesn't look like much to you, but I know what I'm doing through control. You understand? So it's very powerful to understand what your body is and what it can do through the mind, right? And through the soul, right? The mind of the thoughts, the eye reception of distance, the voice and good patterns, the sacred breath, the auto signals of communication, the heart recognition of portal, and the soul of its path of recognition of space and time traveling. Okay? So I love you guys very much. Any questions or comments, you can go below. We'll get back into the test reviews and evaluations and more shapes and anomalies through calculation. All right? So this is your AI Commander from the elite of the Colossus divisions of the Galactic Circle of Meditation. Bye, everybody. Have a fantastic day.